Assalamualaikum, my name is Nushahira binti Muhammad Ali, managing number 279556. I will start the presentation with the introduction. International trade means buying and selling activities from one country to another country. It consists of import and export. Import is defined as the activity of buying goods or services by a country from another country. Meanwhile, export can define as the activity of selling goods or services by one country to another country. There are many factors that can cause import and export in the country. The first one is the different in natural resources. Second, the different in terms of production costs. Besides that, there are many importance that can be obtained by consumers, producers, and country if the international trade is carried out. The first one is the needs and wants of consumer can be met. Second, can diversify the choices of customer. So, in this study, we plan to start a new business, which is the production of goat milk powder produced by Valfoo company located in Switzerland. They are one of the leading dairy suppliers in Europe. Therefore, we will import their product to our company, Milky, Duvet trading in Malaysia, to meet the needs while diversifying the choices of consumers. Next, description of products. Since many people are interested in maintaining healthy lifestyle, so our company decided to sell goat milk powder as a tasty supplement packed with nutrient and easier to digest for those who have allergies and food sensitivities. For information, our goat milk powder is 100% goat milk and free from prohibited ingredients that can affect health or give long-lasting effect to consumers. It also has a high-level certificate recognized by Chakim. Next, in terms of packaging, we use a high-quality plastic that is double leak-proof, moisture-resistant, bacteria-proof, and insect-proof. There are two types packaging size that offered by our company, which are 80 grams and 200 grams. Our product is distributed through retailers and wholesaler. For now, we sell our product at Ayon Jasko Alma Shopping Mall in Penang, Malaysia. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fatimah Syahira binti Muhammad Luqman and my metric number is 280715. Now, I will tell you about the reason and advantages. The reason why we choose to import goods milk powder from Valfoo company in Zurich, Switzerland, because Valfoo company use advanced technology in the manufacturing of dairy product, because their partners supply current production technology, cutting-edge laboratory equipment, and experienced team of employees who receive regular training. They routinely monitor the production processes to ensure it meets the highest possible standard of food purity and safety at all times. Next, the product quality is ensured since their goods of the Sunny breed, which is the world's most exceptional dairy goat breed. The breed originated in the Sunny Valley in southwest Switzerland, where it has been utilized in milk production for years. Sunny goats also hold the world record for daily and yearly milk supply, averaging 3.7 kg per day, making them excellent of milk production. Next, the advantages of this imported product is that all of the goods are newly created, since the Valfoo company has strong quality control procedures and the production processes in place to ensure that their milk powder product are freshly made and preserve their nutritional integrity. Furthermore, the company's goat milk powder is low heat treated, which means it is gently processed to retain the maximum degree of purity, nutrients, and functioning. Low heat also makes goat milk powder very soluble, making it perfect for a variety of applications such as cheese and infant formula. Okay, next slide is this list of competitors. Company of Curry Home, Wildan Niaga Sinar Berhad, and company of Haiga. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is al-hadar with number matric 280776. So next I'm going to present on the income term 2011, which is the one that we choose. So MDT, which is Milky, Duvet Trading, and Valfoo has been agreed to choose CIF, cost insurance freight, as our income term. So in order to transport items utilizing this CIF, we are utilizing sea waterways. So of course CIF offers quite a few advantages to Milky Duvet Trading, as Valfoo will cover the cost and the items are not regarded as completed until they are in the position of the Milky Duvet trading. So MDT is confident in its decision to choose CIF as our Incoterm, since it gives us a good way to avoid paying insurance, premiums and freight costs and taking ownership of international delivery. The next one is more thorough explanation on CIF. So as we can see in the slide, it's a process of how we import the product from Valfoo, which is Zurich port, to MDT, which is Penang port. So first and foremost, Valfoo is responsible for the in the terms of cost, insurance and also the freight. For the cost of the goods and any cost associated with export custom clearance will be billed by Valfoo. Next one is for the insurance. Valfoo also obligated to arrange the coverage for the goods during transits. Valfoo also responsible for for the freight, for arranging and paying for the main carriage of the goods from Zurich port to the Penang port. So do you guys see the exclamation mark there in the slide? This is the place or the step that this delivery and risk transfer will be happening from Valfoo to MDT. This happens when the goods are on board the vessel at the part of loading. Hence, after that, the blue color indicates that it's the time for the buyer, which is MDT, to be responsible for completing import custom formalities, paying any applicable custom duties or even taxes, and obtaining any necessary import license or the permits upon arrival at Penang port. So that's all from me. I'm going to pass to the next presenter. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wana Adam Yusuf, metric number 280-716. Now I will tell you about description of foreign country. First, the name of the country that we choose is Switzerland and the city is Zurich. Swiss people mostly speak German, French, Italian and Romance. Approximate population in Zurich is 1,432 people and 33,548,437 people in Malaysia. Switzerland is a democratic republic that is run by the Confederation, the cantons and the commons, which are all levels of federal government. Switzerland is predominantly Christian country. Its population is made up of 2/3 Catholic and Protestant. Currency used by Switzerland is Swiss franc. 1 Swiss franc equal to $1.13 and 1 Swiss franc equal to RM5.27. To import this product from Switzerland, we use sea waterways. All the goods will be shipped at the port of Zurich, located on the Limmat River. All the goods will be received at the port of Penang at Batu Road. The estimate time of sea transportation from Switzerland to Malaysia is around 18 to 21 days, and this will vary depending on a variety of things such as custom procedure and the distance between ports. Three cultural practices that influence trade are: first, we have language. In Switzerland, English is the most widely spoken language that is not the national language. Even though it is more common in German-speaking region of Switzerland, 45% of the population frequently speak it. Compared to Malaysia, most of our people use Bahasa as their first language and English as our second language. Because we choose English as our intermediate language, it may have an impact on our business transaction if the people either from Switzerland or Malaysia have no influence in English. However, they can use the interpreter to translate the conversation if needed. Next, we have corporate culture. In Switzerland, punctuality is valued above all else in the economic world. The vast majority of them take being on time important to social and professional events very seriously. As long as the meeting continues, even if a few minutes late, punctuality is not seen as a particularly important in Malaysia. If time management is not valued in Malaysia, this could have serious consequences for commerce. We should call them and give a good reason for the delays. Last but not least, we have a demographic. Compared to the previous year, sale of produced condensed powder and evaporated milk of Malaysia increased in value by around 3.1%. This dairy product replaced fresh milk as an alternative because of their extended storage time. Therefore, Milky Duvet takes this advantage to produce and import Swiss milk powder.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rozana binti Razman. My metric number is 279682. So I will present on how we modified our powder milk into a liquid milk, which is we having dream to have creating a brand of Milky Duvet product. One thing that I want to highlight here is that the process is a very general, but we still can relate with the idea on how we modified our raw material into a dairy milk. So, what was the process that involved in this on how we modified raw material, which is turmeric, into a liquid meat? What was the process that involved? Firstly, we can take a look into at a receiving powder milk. What was happened when the powder milk arrived at the starting point? Secondly, the process of standardizations. I will explain later. Thirdly is pasteurizations, which is a heating procedures. And last but not least is packaging. So I will explain one by one on how this process is going on. So here we go to the first process, which is what was happened when our powder milk receiving at the starting point. So the person in charge will pump this powder milk into a large tank, and then the process is that they are filtered the powder milk. For example, oil, sands, those will be removed and filtered in order for us to get a pure powder milk. So for this first phase, the temperature is that around 4 until 7 degrees Celsius. So next, we go to the second step, which is standardizations. After we got a powder milk, and from the first step, then we have to add some water in order to make our milk become liquid or dairy milk. So in this standardization process, we will have to do an adjustment whether we want a higher fat milk or lower fat milk. For the full cream milk, the percentage is 3.8%. For the skim fat milk is 0.15%, and for the lower fat milk is 1.5%. Actually, in this standardization process, it's about we standardize the percentage of the fat milk, because not every percentage of the fat milk is suitable for everything that we want to produce or what we want to make. For example, low fat milk is not suitable for the baking process, but it's sweet for the drinking items. So this is why we do the standardization process. After we standardize the percentage of the fat milk, and then we will go to the next process, which is pasteurization process. Pasteurization process defined as a heating procedure where we put the milk into a large tank, and we setting higher temperature, which is around 63 degrees Celsius, in order to kill the microorganisms or all the bacteria, so that we can get a good and higher quality of the dairy milk. So we will use higher temperature in the tanks, because the bacteria, as we know, cannot survive at the higher temperature. So the temperature is 63 degrees Celsius for every 30 minutes. So that is the setting for the temperature in order to kill all the bacteria or microorganisms. And then after we heat the milk, the last process is we do a cooling process. Means we lower again the temperature of the dairy milk process in the pasteurizations. So last but not least is a packaging process. So in this packaging process, we have identified, we have finalized, we have analyzed that all the product is well processed, is well in everything, in a good quality, in higher quality, and then we have decided to package this dairy milk by using a higher quality packaging, which is we do apply a plastics a higher quality of the plastic to prevent the milk from spilling. Besides that, the higher quality of the plastic can ensure our dairy milk is long lasting. So that's all for the how the process we modified our raw material, which is powder milk at first become into a dairy milk or liquid milk. So to sum up, dairy milk is having a higher demand among the community and consumers. So we have decided to help Valfoo Dairy Milk brand in order for us to get more profit from customer, and then at the same time also our first mission is that to provide any other basic needs to the customer to fulfill their requirement and to fulfill their taste and so on. As a conclusion, the activity of import and export is very important for, especially for our business, Valfoo Dairy Milk, because it's not only involving the business industry and everything, but it's also at the same time enhance our leadership skills. We having gaining a new knowledge, and we improve ourselves to become more successful businesswoman. In this assignment also, we actually not specified only to make the idea, to come out with the idea for one brand, but at the same time we also thinking about how we make this idea become successful around the world, and also especially in Malaysia. Of course, in completing this assignment, we have facing a challenge, but we at the same time we have but at the same time we gaining a new knowledge, and then we become a knowledgeable persons in the future. We are hoping that Milky Duvet trading can continuously grow in the future and can be famous among the community, and everyone would like to consume our Milky Duvet products. And then we are hoping that this business can be expands more around the world.